and then kind of how TikTok works, how to create safe content for your brand. I think you guys all know Instagram pretty volatile for the space. TikTok arguably more volatile for the space if you've already spent some time on it. And then last but not least, I'm going to share some explicit tips, and then I do want to end with questions. And so for me, I'm going to kind of blaze through this a little bit quickly because oftentimes this is the drier part of the conversations that I have with people, and it usually is where people gloss over. So just ask the questions at the end and I'll try to just do my best there. So thank you all. All right, so quick background. I used to work for Microsoft when I was 23. I got to do some AR and VR presentation stuff, and that got me into learning that kind of stealing content in the world of Instagram and social is how other people blow up. You can really look at ESPN and some of the other brands in the regular world spaces and get a good indication of what works already, what millions of dollars is already being spent on decision-wise to be posted. This is just kind of some of the accolades. I work for a dispensary. We got on BuzzFeed, co-producing some social content to help just the sales and stuff like that happen. But this isn't about me, so let's just kind of skip through that. Our brand, we're a publication. We sell CBD products. We do blog content. We do SEO. So kind of just all builds up to the fact that Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, all the socials have SEO, which is search engine optimization. When y'all look things up, things show up for a reason. There's a science, there's algorithms for every single one of these things. You just kind of got to get a good understanding of how to position yourself in each of these places. Now this is where it gets good. So your business has got to be on Facebook. You've got to be on Google. You've got to be on Instagram. You've got to be on Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok. I'm here today because I'm arguably one of the more active people on LinkedIn, posting about CBD, posting about cannabis, posting about grows, talking about terpenes, things like that. Every person that's here right now, I'm of the belief that all of you guys should be making videos in selfie form, or I got a camera over here and over there filming, same way, talking once a day about the news, about the industry, etc. Every one of these channels requires an individual post. Not the same thing shared across all the places. It requires an individual post. No laziness over here. Now we're gonna get to the good stuff. This is where I wanted to just get to the TikTok of the day, and I want to also kind of preface this that I wanted to talk TikTok today more than the other stuff because this is the jet stream right now. Is anybody here with kids has probably seen that Finding Nemo with Dory and the jet stream and the waterway? It's my favorite thing to do is to bring that up with the clients and talk about, like, you want to go somewhere the fastest, you got to be on TikTok in today, because that's the proof of right now. You got more influencers, more celebrities, all the big brands, the record labels, the cannabis companies, they're all in there. You got to figure out a strategy that is safe and effective. So what we do on TikTok is we curate content from other people and other places. So there's already experts in the spaces, in CBD, in cannabis, about terpenes. There's already scientists. Find those people and make content with them, showcase them, interview them, do a podcast and feature them. When you put other people on your platform and they share you, you're building the community and you're getting in front of larger groups of people. So this is some just, I would say, some standard basic social networking things that you can do in all of the platforms, but particularly on TikTok, it's the most explosive one. You can see the results quicker there. What I always say is that you're gonna always have to do some research. I'm a Gary Vee consumer, for better or for worse. Some of the stuff that he says is very generalized, but in this particular space, it's better to play it safe than sorry, consistently build your assets, and really just make sure that you're posting content that is going to get you kind of on the explore page. I live in LA, I'm from Seattle. I live in LA now. I don't consume the news in Seattle as much as I used to when I lived there. It's pretty standard psychology that you pay attention to what's around you, what I call hyper-local. And so make content that's gonna get you featured locally. Make lists about restaurants locally. Talk about places locally. Go places, do things locally. Tip 1, identify current trends. If you are seeing a trend on TV, you missed it. If you are seeing it and hearing about it from your friend in the word of mouth, you are late to the trend. So it's important that you guys, once a week or while you're, in the bathroom getting ready or whenever you're consuming content, be looking at what's going viral. And if you're noticing it day after day after day, you missed the wave already. So try to get in try to get in early on a trend. Look through the trends on TikTok, search through the things that are popular, and try to find a video in them that's like 1,000 videos made or less than 5,000. But if there's already 100 million videos made in a trend, don't waste your time. It's already saturated. To add to that point, keep track of the actions and sounds. So if you notice trends that are on TikTok or on Instagram that are happening, keep track of the music that they're using. Keep track of the words and the style of the posts. Keep track of where they position the captions. Look at their profile and physically identify what's attractive to you and what you might want to replicate as well. Again, as someone who worked at Microsoft, I was 23. All they told me to do was look at what the other brands do and just try to look like them, sound like them. So I do that. I look, our music publication sounds like Hot New Hip Hop or World Star, or our cannabis work sounds a little like High Times times Vice. We try to pull the best from what we liked from various platforms. The next thing is just, man, my content today is not gonna look great unless you guys tag me and show me some love. So you just gotta start making stuff. Before I flew here on this week, I literally made 7 YouTube videos before I got here, back to back to back to back to back. I didn't change shirts, change my hat, I didn't ask friends to help, I just did it. And that's the thing, is sometimes you just gotta make the videos and stumble your way through it and fall on your face, get up on stage and kick something in your first 30 seconds. You just gotta do it, right? So a great place to start is making what other people already make. If you go on the @RespectMyRegion TikTok right now, you'll see videos of me pinned. I literally just recreated other skits that were going viral and tried to act for my first time ever and look stupid. And one of them has 500,000 views, so eating a bagel. So you just gotta do random things like that and wear your brand and show certain stuff. But those were free impressions, so nothing to scoff at. The next step is, in the space, there are already people doing what you guys want to do. Figure out what you like from those brands and pull some of it and show it and do it and recreate it. And change one thing, change 2 things, change the song, use a different viral sound, change one thing. It's just simple as A/B study. And so I just really recommend, again, stumbling through that. The other stuff that's important is if you notice that you like a video, but it's got 80 views on that big company, don't waste your time on it. Do the content that is already performing on their platform. Try that out. That tends to work a little bit better. Again, do the best stuff, leave the average stuff behind, okay? So, 5. This is a photo of a girl that we use as one of my clients in Port Hueneme, California. It's out there in the Ventura County coast in like San Luis Obispo. It's just out there. It's 79% Latino area, and so it's different from LA. It's not LA proper. It's not the Valley, and so that popularity, celebrity stuff, it just doesn't work. The same way that it wouldn't work in where I grew up in Indiana, or it doesn't work in Seattle. What locally is what works. And so we've now turned the girl that's at the front desk at the smoke shop or at the dispensary into a local influencer by literally doing 8 TikToks with them a month. That's 2 a week. We write the script, you plan it out, you do the research that I've mentioned previously, and it does fall in line. The energy gets better, the confidence gets better, the people that are at the shop start to participate, and then all of a sudden, you come together and you're on the For You page locally. 50,000 views locally is more impactful for your business than millions of views randomly across the world, unless you are able to do e-com and fulfill it at a very, very good margin and efficiently with little to no issues. So relationships, local. If you get big locally, if you have built relationships and trust or clout locally, they will translate to the rest. The reviews will be there, all that good stuff. 6, this is some of the technical stuff. So I'm a big SEO guy, so it's really important that you guys leverage the hashtags properly, correctly, efficiently, and strategically. What that means is, you guys already heard me say the For You page, right? So think about right now where your dispensary is, think about where your smoke shop is, where your brand is created, where your demographic, where you're really going for. Those 2 first hashtags right there, the For You and the FYP, all the big accounts use all that. Consume enough content, your brain will see that pattern. The next thing is where you want to show up locally. And the last one is something that plays into you either categorically or culturally or community-wise. This is for a dispensary. Wake and bake is pretty classic, especially if you're putting your TikToks in the morning. You want to do stuff that plays with the afternoon, the evening, the morning, things like that. I left this one off there. This is where it gets kind of tough, but this says 1 to 4. I'm more of the 8 to 120, in my opinion. You want to give yourself as many chances as you can to go viral. I mean, that's at the end of the day. If you are making content, if you're flipping eggs in the morning and you can wear your brand hat, do it. If you can inspire someone and you can make a YouTube video, do it. If you can talk terpenes or cannabinoids or HHC or interview people on a podcast, you should do it, and you should wear your brand every single time. Every single time. And every one of these channels requires 1 to 4 pieces of content. Standing here right now, we had a 2 million view video because I made a TikTok of Jack Harlow getting interviewed by someone in Europe, put it on YouTube, 1.7 million views later, while I'm at MJ Biz and standing here right now. It's just going. You want that passive views in your sleep because you're putting content out at the right time, the right number of times per day to keep the engine running. And then most importantly, you want to participate in the right trends. If Drake drops a song, you're talking about Drake. If Jack Harlow is doing his thing, or if HHC is the most popular thing at the trend being talked about, or if there's Delta-8 is in the news, you want to be capitalizing on those timing trends. Most importantly, I cannot stress it enough. The only reason why our stuff goes viral is simply because I participated in a trend when 4 years ago I didn't, or 5 years ago. What we're really most known for standing up here today is the Pop Brothers at Law, those guys who tell you to shut the fuck up when you get pulled over. I'm the guy that posted the video. And I was Christmas Eve morning 2018, posted it, 77,000 views on our Facebook in one day, woke up Christmas morning, it had 1.1 million. It can't happen like that. I'm proof. I moved to Los Angeles 8 weeks later from Seattle. I've since blown up numerous brands. I've since had a number of videos go viral. Most of the time, they're not me. I literally curate. And so standing here right now, I see a number of people on their phones and curating this content here now, as well as the other stuff. I just highly recommend engaging in the hashtags, following everybody that's here, going through all the Instagrams and TikToks and finding all the content that's already being posted. There's easily 1,000 followers to be made from this week's attendees at this event. So thank you guys. Thank you for TikToking. This is my first time speaking. I really appreciate y'all being here. I kind of was hoping I'd get first and not have a lot. So thank you guys. It was really awesome.